Good morning, everyone. It is another wonderful Saturday. I'm glad you made it. I'm Tammy. I'm the Siberian Wind. If you have never chatted on my channel before, you do have to subscribe on most videos, but it only takes 5 minutes for YouTube to refresh and get you guys over to where you can chat. I'm Tammy. I'm the Siberian Wind, and I am glad you're here. So, it is another Saturday. So I went yesterday and did a whole bunch of quilting. So I'm a little my body's a little done. My body's a little done. So it is what it is. Glenda is here. She says, good morning. Good morning, Glenda. Glad you made it. Glad you're here. Thank you. So what we're going to work on today is we are going to work on another block on the quilt that I've been testing for Miss Andrea, Mama J Enterprises. So we are going to work on that this morning. I do have my bag out to work on it. This is cut for all 6 of these blocks that I have to make. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do this morning. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna chat. We're going to wake up. We're gonna caffeinate a little bit. We're gonna do that kind of stuff. So as you come into the chat, if you will, hit that thumbs up, and also let me know what you're working on this morning. It is a good morning to be working on a sewing project. It's a good morning to be working on anything. It's just a good morning to be alive, right? It's a good morning to be alive. Glenda says they look beautiful together. Thank you. I agree. I think they're coming out gorgeous. So I've got to make 5 more of this blue star, and I've got to make 6 of the red version. I've got to make 5 more of this red star and 6 of the blue version of that star. And then I've got to make 5 more of this block that's back here. This is the 4 patch block that is in the pattern. And then what we're working on today, I'm going to bring it up if I can and show you guys. I've got to cover up a whole bunch of stuff because everything is really tight on this page. So I can't show you any of the measurements. But this is the block we are working on. And this is called a glorified 9 patch. So if you see, there's 4 9 patches in the corners. And then the whole block as a total makes a 9 patch as well. And there's instructions on strip piecing this, and there's instructions on just assembling it. Glenda says, only been up an hour, so just sitting here. I've only been up an hour. You're in good company. I set my alarm to go catch Sean this morning, and my alarm went off, and I did turn it off, but I didn't get up. And then what else did I do? I reset the alarm for like another 30 minutes to an hour or so, and turned that one off and reset it. So I was doing the massive snooze this morning. I did have something fun come in Thursday, and I am participating. Yay, Andrea's here. Yeah, we are going to be working on the last block, the last basic block that I gotta get done for your quilt, and then I can start assembling all the rest of them and do the tutorials for them. But yeah, so I have started participating in a So Secret Santa gift swap. And it is set up that it is once a month for 4 months. So we've got September, October, November, and December. And I will tell you, I'm worried because my recipient hasn't received theirs yet. I didn't get a chance to ship mine until Thursday. We were all supposed to receive them by Friday, but I thought it had to be shipped by Friday. So my recipient is actually in Texas. It is not Andrea, but my recipient is in Texas. So I had to alter what I was going to send. Because I was going to do like a gift basket and like drop it off on their porch or something like that. Good morning, Joyce. She says, good morning, Tammy and everyone. Welcome, welcome. So I was going to do like these elaborate little gift boxes or gift baskets or whatever and go drop them off, porch pirate style. And my recipient is in Texas, so I can't really do that. I can't drive down to Texas every month. So I did have to alter what I was going to give my recipient. My recipient likes pink, and she is into reading thrillers and real crime and all of that kind of thing. So she's into like the mystery stuff. So what I sent my recipient, and I'm hoping she likes it, is I did send her a little zipper pouch, and I am putting together a project. And what I'm doing with the project is I'm sending her bits and pieces with instructions on what she has to sew together and how she has to press things. So when everything is said and done, she will have a finished project. And it is in pink, like there's pink and then there's a gold that goes really well with it. So it's going to be like pink and gold. And every month I'm sending her something to go with it. Like this month was a little zipper pouch so she can hold everything and keep everything together. And then I've got plans for next month as to what she's going to receive. But the end project is a project. But I did tell her, if you're not digging this idea, send the admin a note, let her know that you really don't want to do a mystery project, and I'll adjust. It's like, absolutely, I'll do it. Good morning, Mitzi. She has joined the chat. Good morning, she says. Thank you. But you guys, I have to brag on whoever my Secret Santa is. I struggle. I really struggle when I join these like secret gift swaps or these like sign people up and you swap with somebody. And Samantha, I think it's the first time I've seen you in my chat. Welcome in. Good morning. It might not be the first time, but I think it is. Don't get mad at me if you're a regular and I just haven't paid attention. I normally pay attention to all my regulars, but welcome. Glad you made it. But yeah, so what I put in my thing is, of course, I love Dr. Pepper, and I love purple, and I love dogs, and I love like star galaxy things. Okay, so that's what I put in my thing about me. So my Secret Santa knew kind of what to get me. Guys, my Secret Santa nailed it. This is very purple, and it is paw prints. This is like a fat quarter. Absolute gorgeous. And here's another purple polka dots. You guys, it's so stinking cute. And this one is like a half yard, guys. This is like a half yard of fabric. It is folded. So, but yeah, there's a fat quarter and a half yard. And wait, it gets better. This is not all she sent me. If that had been all she sent me, I'd have still been happy. But I was shocked. I've never had a Secret Santa do this good for me. I'm impressed. Guys, it's puppy dogs. It's Halloween puppy dogs. I didn't say anything about loving Halloween, but that's okay. But it's Halloween puppy dogs. They're all dressed up in their own little costumes. And there's purple on there. I'm in love. And if that was not enough, she also sent me purple Halloween ghost and Frankenstein dogs. Guys, how stinking cute. And she got the theme. She got the purple. Like, this is all purpley stuff. I'm absolutely in love. My Secret Santa did fantastic. Okay, so now I'm going to stop bragging about my Secret Santa. I was really shocked, though. I never, okay, so I'll give a little spiel. I always put purple. Everything, like when I get like Joyce says, can't say going out to work and yard some before it gets too hot. Oh, absolutely. I understand that, Joyce. Thank you for hanging out for a minute. But yeah, every time that I sign up for like a gift swap or something, absolutely, there's purple on that list. Like I, I always put purple. Like it's not even. There's never a question about it. There's always purple on there. Like it's my first word to write. I write purple. Oh, I love it, Andrea. I love the typo too. She says, "Sorry, beautiful. My finger got ahead of my brain. That's okay." But yeah, so I actually had somebody listen. I'm so like I'm over the moon. Okay, sorry. I have to brag because I'm so excited. I've never had somebody listen. Like, I mean, my husband listens that I like purple, and he gets me everything in purple. But I've never had a quilter gift swap project that came out purple. Susie, good morning. Have you made it to Walmart yet? um, so yeah, last year I signed up for some kind of swap. I won't go into details of it, but of course I put purple. And what I got was autumn and harvest themed. Very oranges and yellows, and there was greens and all of that on there. And I was very devastated. It wasn't that, I was being judgmental, but it was definitely not at all at anything like what I'd put down. Because they asked, what season you like the best. And I said winter. And here I get fall. It was like completely for like somebody else. But that's what I got. And, it's kind of disheartening when that happens. But that's, I'm used to it. It happens so much to me that I'm kind of like, I'm over the moon that I actually got purple. Okay, sorry. My little rave is over. My little rave is over. Okay, so today we are working on the Glorified 9 patch. And let me show it again. I'm trying to cover up all the stuff I can't show. Alright, so this block right here is the block we are making. Okay. My colors are not going to be the exact colors in here. But they're going to be as close as I could get them. Okay. But this is the Glorified 9 patch. And that's what we're going to be putting together. You cleaned out the rest of the cotton Waverly fabric. Awesome, Susie. Yay. I haven't been back. I have not been back. I have been way too busy. I did go up to Go Quilt yesterday. And I got everything quilted that I needed to quilt. I did take an extra quilt in case I had time. I had so many thread breakages yesterday, guys. They're doing a precursor now instead of yardage. Yeah. Can you tell what my favorite colors are by the pattern? You like burgundy and you like navies and sky blues. Susan, you're out. Good morning. Long time no see. Glad you made it. Glad you're here. Yeah, tell me if I'm right, Andrea. Red, white, and blue. Or, well, red and blue. Shades of red and blue. So, on the pattern, all of the small 9 patches that were in the block are supposed to be the same shade of red, and I am mixing my reds. You guys have not seen this red before. This red is nowhere else in the pattern. This is my medium red. I don't know. Oh, the written pattern. Oh, I'll have to look. I'll figure it out. Oh yeah, they're swapping pre-cuts. Yeah. So this is going to be my outside for my 9 patch, and then my light red is going to be the inside of my 9 patch. Susan says, I love blues myself. I like blues, don't get me wrong. Purple is my absolute favorite. My husband loves blue. He likes midnight blue or like really dark blue. The client that I was doing that quilt for, that I went to quilt yesterday, his favorite color is like neon blue, which shouldn't shock you considering all the lime green in there too. All right, and then this is going to be my outside set. So this is going to be the outside strip, this light blue, and then I'm going to have the white there. Yes, Missy, she says, happy Jelly Roll Day. Yes, absolutely. I am thinking that after I get off of here, Helen, welcome. Good morning. I think after I get off of here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear off my cutie frame with my long arm, and I will sandwich my jelly roll quilt that needs to be quilted, my Harvest jelly roll quilt, and I will get it quilted today. I'm kind of in a quilting mood. I just spent all day quilting yesterday, so I need to spend today quilting too, right? All right, and then this is going to be my center. In the original block, it is blue. I do not have enough of my blues, so we are going to go with the paisley again. Lori, welcome in. She says, good morning, beautiful colors. Thank you. And you guys, as you guys are coming in, please hit that thumbs up or the thumbs down, whichever one you'd prefer to hit. I am not picky, but YouTube really would like to know that you guys are wanting to be here. So, in the pattern, these are, you can strip piece these or you can cut these down to put them together. I am going to strip piece. And I do use a scant 1/4 inch. So I may have a little bit of additional trimming, but that's okay. That is part of me. That is just who I am. So as you are sewing, if you're sewing a jelly roll today, if you are sewing the long strips, and this is actually kind of perfect for that. If you are sewing your long jelly roll strips, try if you can to put your walking foot on your machine to sew them with. I've seen a lot of people recently posting about, not in my group, but I've seen a lot of people posting on Facebook about their strip sets forming a C shape, like curving. Oh, I didn't realize you guys couldn't see my machine. My goodness, what am I doing? I've been off in a tangent. I've seen their strip sets kind of do a curve shape. And that is due to pulling while you are sewing. So as I'm lining these up, I'm not putting my hand behind the machine at all. So if you are new to sewing, you're new to sewing jelly roll strips and long strips of fabric, don't put your hands behind the presser foot. You only need to have your hands in front of the presser foot. So you keep your hands on this side of the needle, and you do not need to press hard. You are just, the whole goal is just to guide that fabric, because the needle and the machine is going to do all the rest of the work. And if you can put a walking foot on, if you need to mark your 1/4 inch with masking tape or whatever, do that. But do not stretch your strips. So, like, I'm not going to pull them to match them. I'm just going to line them on top of each other and let the machine take care of the rest for me. Lori says that she's sewing a shirt onto a jean jacket for her son. Jelly Roll Day will be tomorrow for me. That is no worries. That is no worries. Jelly Roll Day for me came way early because I got that jelly roll quilt done. If you guys have not seen it, it is a vertical jelly roll race wall hanging. And it is in Harvest fall fabrics. My husband wanted a Harvest quilt to put on the wall, and we are kind of at fall now, so it's a little overdue. So I need to get it quilted. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing again after I finish my live today. So I will swap gears and start working on that. So this strip set is going to be white, red and then white again. So right now, all I'm going to worry about is sewing the white and the red together. And then I will go to this next strip set and sew a red and a white because it's going to be red on the outsides of that strip. And let me actually pick up my presser foot. This jelly roll, or this strip has, these are not jelly roll strips, guys. These are much smaller than jelly roll. There you go, Lori. I like that idea. She says, I prefer jelly roll weekend. Why not? Perfect. Perfect plan. So these are not jelly roll strips. These are much narrower than that. But it is the same basic concept. So I don't think I could have planned this a little bit better to be sewing something akin to a jelly roll on Jelly Roll Saturday. We have Jelly Roll Saturday and Jelly Roll Sunday. All right, so for you guys who are not aware, we do have a retreat coming up September 27th. Hang on. Rewind. Let me double check calendar. September 28th and 29th. So this upcoming Saturday and Sunday. And it is going to be an overnight retreat. You do not have to stay all night, but the retreat will be open overnight. So you're welcome to stay as late as you like, get up as early as you want, whichever way you want to go with it. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go live Saturday morning on the 28th, and we'll go live for about an hour. So from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So this same time zone that we're in right now, because it's 9:18 here now. And so we'll go live for about an hour. Then we're going to take a break, and we will go open up the retreat. So it'll open up an hour after the live ends. So it'll open up 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll open it up, and you come in, hang out for as long as you want, leave, come back, all of that good stuff. It is on Zoom. It is not live, so it won't be broadcasting on YouTube. You can use your camera. You can use your microphone. You can use both. You can use just your microphone. You can chat in the Zoom retreat. My one caution is that the majority of people are not very skilled at reading chat while they sew. This is something that YouTube creators even struggle with. I can get behind very quickly because sewing is its own eye challenge because you're paying attention to your machine. So although you can chat, like you can type in the chat in the Zoom retreat, just be aware that there may be a lot of people who either don't read it, don't pay attention to it, don't even have it open to look at. So if you're looking for an instant answer, you may not get it until somebody happens to look up. Okay, so you can chat like text wise if you don't want to use your microphone, or you need to silence your microphone because of background noise, or if you're not comfortable talking just yet, you can, like I said, you can type. Just be aware that it may not be everybody's strong suit to look up and see where the chat is, because it is supposed to be a relaxing weekend. Just come hang out, and it's going to be open overnight. So there's going to be 2 links. There's going to be a Saturday link and a Sunday link. So Mountain Time Saturday night, it will swap over to the Sunday link. So everybody will kind of have to move over, just click the new link and open it up, and get back into the chat or get back into the room that way. That's what I'm expecting to have happen. But we're going to test it out and see how it goes. I will make sure that I am on here going up to midnight, so if there are any technical snafus, we get them covered. But you can come in, leave, come back, all of that kind of stuff. My live will be constant the entire time, so you guys will constantly be able to see in my studio. I may not always be in my studio, Um, but, you know, it will be constant. It will be open. So if you do want to sign up for the Zoom retreat, if you've not already signed up, you can click the link. There's a link in the description box of this video. So you can click that link and get signed up for that Zoom retreat. It's real easy to sign up. I just want to make sure that it is for, mainly for the subscribers, you know what I mean. I want to make sure our subscribers get into the retreat. But there's no charge. It is a freebie. Alright, so I've got my 3 strip sets sewn initially. This strip set I'm not going to have to sew anything else to. And I am going to go ahead and press everything before I start sewing the next step on. Now, if you are sewing a jelly roll, you're not pressing until you're completely done with everything. So don't think you need to do this if you're doing a jelly roll race. This is because I'm doing this because I know how small these are for me. They're not super small, but I know that they're smaller than, jelly roll size. And once I get that second strip set on there, I don't want to have problems trying to press. So that's what we're doing. When I was at the quilter yesterday, I was having to do a lot with my hand. My hand that's in a brace. The controls are set up for right and left hand, so you kind of either have to use both hands or you have to be able to use both hands. And so, like the way the long arm is set up, it is not set up for one-handed use. And pulling up thread and pressing buttons and all of that, because it's not my normal every day, I haven't adapted to figure out how to do it one-handed. So I was using my hands so much yesterday. I came home and took my brace off. Like, I got in the bath and took my brace off, and my hand was just throbbing because I've overused my hand. So I've got to be a little bit more careful in the next 24, 48 hours and give my hand a break. Not overuse my hand and cause damage to my hand trying to preserve my wrist. Let's see. Andrea says that she needs to run take care of the bunnies. She has her headset on, so as long as she doesn't get out of range, she'll still be able to hear. She'll be back ASAP, so if any questions, please hold. Oh, okay. So what is the square root of 36? Oh. When people tell me, if I've got questions that I have to wait, I always ask a stupid math question. Whether or not, I really care about the answer, which I really don't care about the answer. I think it's 6, but I always ask a random math question. Because then it makes them think while they're gone. Is that mean? Or is that just creative? I'm just going to go with creative. Mitzi says 6. Oh, I love it. I need to ask more math questions. That'll get you guys thinking. Of course, this is a Saturday. We're supposed to be, relaxing on Saturday. So, unless math is relaxing for you, please do not take it as something you have to answer. Oh, I need to start coming up with a joke for every Saturday morning. I need to, come up with, some kind of joke to play with. And my friend asked me the other day, she said, what is a quilter's favorite drink? And she told me to ask Alexa and keep the mind active. Yes, absolutely. So I asked my Amazon device what a quilter's favorite drink was, and she couldn't answer. She's like, I don't have an answer for that. And my friend was like, it's Dr. Pepper, because apparently I'm not the only one. I'm not the only YouTube content creator that's a quilter that likes Dr. Pepper. And there was something that I saw somewhere some kind of news story kind of thing, and it was talking about how Dr. Pepper is actually becoming it's becoming more popular than Pepsi. Like it's Coke and then Dr. Pepper in that order or something. And I was just like, well, that means that's why it's hard for me to find it when I want it. Because everybody else has already bought it. But I just had to laugh. She's like, yeah, what's Quilter's favorite drink? And my Amazon device didn't know. Helen says I missed the math question. Okay. Oh my gosh. So I was watching an episode of Grey's Anatomy, and I don't know. And Mitzi says I see a lot of Dr. Pepper, right? Right? It's a good drink. It's got, what is it, 23? Yeah, 23 authentic blend of 23 flavors. And I do not have a refined enough palate to figure out all 23 flavors. I just know that it's good like it is. Now, like these combination versions where it's where they've like added like cream soda or strawberries and cream or whatever, I don't like those versions. They put too much sugar in it. Bear with me, guys. Let me kick the dog out. Susie says, I love Grey's Anatomy. Oh, yes. I love it, too. And I don't watch, like, I'm not current on it. I'm still a few seasons back. But the episode that I was watching, this little girl is in the hospital bed, and all the doctors keep coming to her to play math games because she's apparently a math whiz. And it's, like, it's hilarious how all the doctors were coming. Hang on. Let me kick the dog out. Come here. Sir. He's grooming. He's licking and grooming. Ooh, puppy just got in trouble with daddy. Oh. Let's see. Dr. Pepper is one of my least favorite soft drinks, says Susan. That's okay. That means it's more for me. I do not like the taste of Coke. And I don't like the taste of Pepsi. Like, I just don't like the flavor combinations. For years, and I'm talking years, like growing up, and, actually, probably until 2016, I didn't drink Dr. Pepper. It was not my drink of choice. I drank Diet Coke. Diet Coke was my drink. And I don't know if it's because I thought it was better for me because it had no sugar. I don't know where my mind was. So you'll have to forgive my brain because I have no idea where it was. But my drink used to be Diet Coke. I had some stomach surgeries, and I'm not even supposed to be drinking soda, but all the other drinks that I could drink that had caffeine in it, and I don't drink coffee, I cannot stand the smell or flavor of coffee. Like, it is as far from my palate as it can possibly be. Like, coffee just does not do anything for me. Like, it's one of those drinks that I think it's like your version. It's your least favorite soft drink for Dr. Pepper. Coffee is my least favorite smell, period. Like, I don't even like the smell of it. After my stomach surgery, all the other drinks that I could drink that had caffeine in it, because I needed some caffeine, were too much, they had too much aftertaste to it. Like, I did, like, it was just too much aftertaste. So Dr. Pepper was one of the least aftertasty products. Glenda says I love my generic Dr. Pepper along with the price. I used to drink generic. My problem became that I can taste the aluminum. So the cans that they come in, like I can taste the plastic bottles and I can taste the aluminum can. Like I can taste that. I don't know why I can taste it, but I can taste it. So I don't drink Dr. Pepper in a can, usually. It has to be really, really cold the entire time. Like I would have to pop it open and finish it within 30 minutes or keep it really, really cold. I couldn't let it sit. I couldn't take it on a long drive and expect to still have any left because I would taste the aluminum taste to it. And the knockoff brands have a stronger aluminum taste to them. Let's see, my nephew just bought me a pair of Dr. Pepper socks because it's the only thing I drink, says Glenda. That's precious. Missy says her favorite drink varies. Right now she likes iced coffee with half and half and no sugar. She doesn't drink anything with high fructose corn syrup. That is 85% of all soft drinks. I like Mexican Coke, she says. Yeah, so the thing that I was drinking that I could get away with that had as little aftertaste as possible was I could do the Lipton instant tea. But I started having a little bit of a migraine to something in it. I'm not sure what. And regular tea messes with me a little bit. I can't, like, it's, you know how coffee like makes you go to the bathroom or whatever. Well, tea makes me not be able to hold it and wait. So like tea messes with me that way. Soda doesn't do that to me. And I have done like flavored water. Like I've done like the what's the one with the cartridge in it? Like I've done that before, but those, especially if they either have electrolytes or they have caffeine in them, give me absolute insane migraines. You can drink it cold or warm. Now in these bottles I can, and I will tell you, I can tell the difference between whether it was bottled in a Coke facility, like a Coca-Cola facility, or whether it was bottled in a Pepsi facility. Unfortunately, in my city, everything is bottled, or all the Dr. Pepper products are bottled in the Pepsi facility, and it tastes different. It doesn't hold as carbonation as well. The bottles just have a different flavor to the bottle. And it could potentially be how they're mixing it a little bit too. But Pepsi across the country bottles it slightly differently than the Coke facility, and I don't know what it is about their bottles, but it is the bottling. Let's see. Artificial sweeteners give me migraines, especially stevia, says Missy. I can understand that. And I think I did have some stevia in the pantry, and I think I had to get rid of it for the same reason. It doesn't matter what I drink, it goes right through me, says Joyce. It doesn't always go right through me. One of my doctors was worried about dehydration, and she's like, "Are you drinking a lot of water?" I said, "I'm drinking plenty of fluids, but I'm not drinking a lot of straight water." And she's like, "If you're not drinking straight water, then you're not drinking." I was like, "Run my tests." She ran my tests, and she's like, "Oh, you're perfectly hydrated." I said, "Okay, thank you. So please don't argue with me about what I'm drinking or not drinking." Let's see. Susan says the local McDonald's had the interior tubing mixed up in the soda machine. You were getting Diet Cola and your daughter was getting root beer. She got cola and I got Dr. Pepper. Oh my gosh, Susan. What a mess. That could lead to some major problems for somebody who needs the diet drink and doesn't get diet. That could be dangerous. Oh my gosh. What a mess. What a mess. I can't stand the flavor of Diet Coke now. Pepsi carbonation does not hold. Right, Mitzi? I am 100% with you. Pepsi carbonation does not hold like Coke carbonation does. Or Coca-Cola carbonation. I should say it Coca-Cola every time. Because otherwise it sounds like we're talking about something that the police need to be here to watch. But I noticed the difference. So, like, okay. So I cannot get these bottles locally. I have to drive 2.5 hours to Cheyenne to get these in a case. You cannot get them in Colorado. They only offer them in aluminum cans in Colorado. And you can't get that bottle shape in a case anywhere in the Casper area. So I have to leave the city to get my drinks. Oh, Susan says, we and others went to the counter and complained. Oh, I bet. If I drink soda, it's Coke Zero, says Joyce. I don't blame you. See, okay, so my husband will drink a lot of different things. He drinks Coke, he'll drink Coke Zero, he'll drink Mountain Dew or whatever. I don't drink that very often. He drinks ginger ale. I mean, he loves, oh my gosh, guys. If you guys know of any place where I can find peach flavored soda here, not Fanta. Fanta is all sugar. We used to be able to get Sunkist, peach flavored Sunkist, back in Alabama. We can't get it up here. They do not have peach flavored Sunkist up here. You would make his Christmas, because like I would get him probably a case of those for Christmas, because peach flavored soda was like his favorite thing. He also misses Grapico. Gosh, he misses Grapico. Grapico is a Pepsi, or is bottled by Pepsi in Birmingham. I know that much. Like, so our local Grapico was always bottled by Pepsi. But Grapico and peach flavored Sunkist, those are like the two drinks that, since we've moved here, he has not been able to find. And like, those are his holdouts. Mine are far more refined and easier to get. I have adapted to locals, to the local options. All right, so let me press this last strip option, and then I will pull my mat out, and you guys can't see the measurements, so I won't be showing you measurements. Sorry, can't happen, can't do it. But I am pressing towards the red on these strip sets, and that strip set there, I did press towards the blue. Glenda says I drink 4 cases a month. Wow. I don't know how many I drink per month. If you asked my husband, he'd probably say I drink about 4 a month. But I don't know that I drink that much necessarily. But yeah, we plan a trip when I'm getting too low. Like I can make it a little bit without it. Let's see. In the South, all soft drinks are Coke. They asked me if I wanted a Coke, and I said sure. Then they asked me what kind. You're right, Mitzi. Patricia, she says, hi everyone. Welcome in, Patricia. Glad you are here. We are making the next block in this series. This is part of a pattern that Miss Andrea from Mama J Enterprises has written. So we are pattern testing and making sure everything comes out the way that it should. And yeah, that is what we are doing. So we are pressing some strip sets and getting them all nice and pretty. They're not nice and pretty, they're nice and purdy. Mitzi says, I like Coke Zero. I drink one every month or so. Okay. And Andrea is back. Welcome in. Welcome back. Did Did you like the question as you left? Oh. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we've been having fun talking about soda. Joy says that's how I am, Mitzi. Drinking the Coke Zero once every month or so. Yeah. I am not a Coke person. I've just never, I drank Diet Coke for a really long time, but after I stopped drinking Diet Coke, I didn't touch Coke product, specifically Coke, for any reason. But I do drink Dr. Pepper, but I prefer it when it's bottled by Coke or Coca-Cola. Oh my goodness. But you guys see my morning drink of choice. Andrea says Dr. Pepper is her drink of choice too. She likes Dr. Pepper Zero Pest. I hate Diet Dr. Pepper, and total different taste. Yeah, it is a different taste. One of the things I was saying earlier is I don't like the flavored Dr. Peppers, like when they did the strawberries and cream, or the cream soda. It's just too sugary, too sweet. It's not Dr. Pepper with, the flavor. It's, Dr. Pepper with this whole, piece of candy stick added to it. Patricia says 7-Up Zero for me. That's not a bad drink. I like cherry 7-Up. Now, I will drink cherry 7-Up in a can. I will drink cherry 7-Up in a can. I will drink root beer in a can. I'll drink cream soda in a can. And I do tend to have cherry 7-Up, regular 7-Up or Sprite, and I do tend to have ginger ale in supply. I don't buy a whole lot of it, but I do tend to keep it here at the house. Because if my stomach is not feeling particularly fresh or fond or whatever, if it's feeling kind of yucky for whatever day or for whatever reason, those kind of settle it really well. Let's see. Sorry, I have to lean in front of the camera. I'm grabbing my rulers. And I'll actually bring you guys off so you can kind of see, but you're not going to see any of the measurements. So let me bring you guys over real quick. There we go. Let's see. Andrea says, I love all the ones you mentioned. Try them in zero. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to it yet. That'll have to be on a shopping list for next month. My shopping list this month is already gone. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm dropping my mat. All right, and I'm looking at measurements, guys. So bear with me just a second. Debate. All right. We're going to have to work on this one. All right, let's see. Let me measure real quick. And I'm going to cut my rectangles first and get those taken care of, because those are going to be a little bit easier to do. Hang on. Okay, I've cut something wrong. I have to have. There's just no other way. I know what I did. Okay. Guys, I can't put this together. I cut something wrong. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. And there's not an easy fix without me cutting more fabric. Let me see if I have enough to cut even one. And if I don't, I'm going to have to pause this because I'm not going to be able to do that. So bear with me. Oh, let's see what fabric I've got. I don't think I got enough. So let's see what I do have. I may have to change from that light blue. That may be what I have to do. Because this is what I got, I think, left. And I got a little bit more of it here. So I may swap to the dark blue in this block. So we're going to see what I have. All right, and let's see. I did say make 2. All right. Let me see if I got enough. We gonna find out. No, I probably don't. All right. We'll see what I can do. All right. So we're going to sew some more strips today, guys. How do you feel about that? We're going to sew some more strips. All right. All right, that I can cut. It's not going to be a full strip, but at least get us going for now. And I might be able to poverty piece. That's what we're going to go with. We will go that route. Okay. And of course I don't have my bigger ruler. Where's my bigger ruler? I don't know. Okay. You guys get to bear with me just a minute. I am so sorry. I was not prepared. It is all me. It's all my fault. I was not prepared. All right. We are going to get this cut real quick, and then we are going to sew another strip set. And we will have a little bit to piece. Kathy's Quilts and Crafts. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning. Glad you made it. Glad you checked in. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's see. Do I have enough on that? No, I do not. Okay. Yeah, I will have to poverty piece, but that's okay. I've done stranger things in my life. Deb is here. Welcome in, Deb. She says, good morning, Tammy. Good morning, good morning. All right. So we're going to seam rip real quick, guys, because I did not plan very well. And we are going to take this strip out. We're going to take this strip apart. So what happened, and I'll bring you guys over so you can see my seam ripping. Not that I'm proud that I'm having to seam rip. What I didn't do is this strip is not cut the right size. So that is my fault. This strip is cut the correct size. This one is not. So I have to rip this strip off and put on a new strip that's the correct size. I'm not sure that I have enough to do the whole 6 blocks in the new fabric. And that could be due to cutting issue from me. But we are going to put together what we can. And I believe I have plenty to put together 1 block. So that's what we're going for. We're going to put together 1 block. That is the goal today. So, and I could, let's see. We are going to see. No, my seam ripper is not wanting to go through. So what I'm going to do, instead of sitting there picking each individual stitch, I'm going to come rip every 2nd or 3rd stitch on this white side. And then I will come pull the thread from the blue side. And that will help preserve some of the integrity of the fabric too. So if you guys have never seen this method done, this is the method that when I am worried about my fabric stretching, I'm worried about possibly cutting into my fabric, anything like that, I will come to wherever the flattest side is or the easiest side for me to rip is, and I will rip every 2nd or 3rd stitch, and then I go to the other side and just pull my thread. So I do have my electric seam ripper, and if I wasn't in front of the camera, that's what I probably would have grabbed, because it would have made this a little bit easier, and it would be easier on my hand to do that. Well, this is the one that I'm going to put in. This is the new one that I'm putting in. This blue. It's what I was using as my dark. It's not originally what you had in here. You had your medium or your light in here. And I originally was putting my light one in. But now I'm going to be putting my dark. So if you do have that one, I will take some. But, I mean, I can sub in whatever I've got. So it will not matter in the grand scheme of it. Kathy has joined the chat. Welcome in, Kathy. Glad you made it over here. So I take it you and Donnell are done for the day. It was a good live. I caught some of it. I didn't catch all of it. I was kind of late to the party. I was just waking up. Just waking up. I had to feed the dog. Tom took him out. And yeah. Then I had to feed myself. You know, the things people can't do for you. Oh, Donnell and you were chatting. Awesome. She's a sweetie. She's a sweetie. And you guys, if you have not heard, if you were not over on the chat with Donnell and Kathy, Kathy will be coming over here and hanging out starting in November. We're going to start doing some lives working on Land That I Love. It is a quilt in the Celebrate with Quilts book by Lissa Alexander and Susan Ake. I will do a lot more promotion for that starting at the beginning of October, so you guys will know what the schedule is and what the plan is. We're looking at Thursday evenings. That's the most I will give you right now. But we're looking at Thursday evenings to get going. Kathy says, can't wait. So excited, right? Right? I think, you know what? Let me grab my page if I've got it. I do. I have my yellow page. This is my yellow page of doom, guys. All right. If you've not seen this page before, yes, it is closed, but this is where I wrote down my list of quilts that have to be completed by a certain deadline. So this is my list of doom. Let's see. Kathy's going to email Andrea shortly. Okay, gotcha, Andrea. I will. It's a Joann Fabrics. It's Joann. It's a keepsake calico from Joann's. And they probably still offer it. I don't think it was on the clearance rack, so they probably still offer it. It's just 2.5 hours for me to go to Joann's. Judy says, "Good morning, everyone." Good morning, Judy. Welcome in. All right, so what I was looking at with Land That I Love, because I did write this down, is I want to finish it July of 2025, and there are 23 blocks that are duplicates and 36 blocks that are duplicates. That's a lot of blocks to do in 1 month. So either 28 blocks or 36 blocks. But because they're all duplicates, that would make it a little bit easier. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do, and this is just my brainstorming, is I may start cutting here in October. So I've got things pre-cut for working on mine, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. But I'm thinking what November will be is working on that 36 duplicate blocks. I think those are in the white stripes. I think the 36 is in the white, and then the 23 is in the blue. Yes, Land That I Love. Yep, from Celebrate with Quilt by Lissa Alexander and Susan Ake. Ooh, you're gonna test. You may be testing Andrea's Christmas note. Woohoo! That's awesome. They're fun to test. They are fun to test. So I'm thinking in November, I will be trying to tackle the 36 duplicate blocks. So I'm not sure that I'm going to get them all done, but doing the duplicate blocks means that if I run out of time in November, and then when we get to December, I'm gonna start the 23 duplicate blocks. And if I run out of time on the duplicate blocks, then as I'm doing the other 28 blocks, because those are all duplicates as well. So 7 months, so 4 blocks per month. So 4 blocks in January, 4 blocks in February, 4 blocks in March, go on through to 4 blocks in July. If I have any of those duplicates left over that I haven't finished by the end of December, like if I didn't finish all of November's and December's duplicate blocks, then I can go back and work on those a little bit as I go throughout the rest of the time. Because I really do want to finish that by the end of July. Like, I want, when we get to that last, little push, I want to be able to get that done. I would like to be able to get it quilted and in the state fair next year. And that's at the beginning of August here. So that was kind of my timeline for it. So I'm thinking I'm going to start with those duplicate blocks. And Kathy, you can tell me if you've got that book handy, because I don't have it handy. Mine's it's back here somewhere, but I've got my hands busy. You can tell me whether or not those 36 are the white blocks or if they're the blue ones. Because the ones in the red strips are the ones that are the sampler blocks. Because we're going to have to pick and choose which ones we're doing. I mean, I don't know how many she gave us to pick from, but we have to pick 28 to do. So, because I think with doing 4 a month, in each month, that's 1 block a week. So that's easy enough. It's just these first 2 months are going to be a little cramped trying to get it done. Maritza is here. Welcome in, Maritza. Glad you made it. Yeah, you guys are getting to see me seam rip because I did a boo-boo and I did not cut my fabric the right size. It's the only block that I've had problems with so far, but it's because I screwed up. We all screw up eventually. Just not all of us do it on a live. Oh. One thing I am making sure of, Andrea, even if I have to swap out blocks or whatever, or swap out colors, I am going to make sure that each block is cohesive. So, I'm not going to change colors mid-block or anything. The 4 patch is kind of my holdout for really odd combinations. But yeah, the rest of them, they're all going to be cohesive. All right, so I've ripped all the way down on the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to grab my thread. And you guys get to see the magic. So all I am doing is I am ripping, not really ripping, I'm just pulling this one thread from this side, the blue side, and it is pulling all the little pieces through. So now my pieces are completely separate, okay? And it gave the fabric no extra pressure and no extra, there was no extra problems with the fabrics because of the way that I was ripping it. So I wasn't ripping the fabrics and causing problems for it. I was just cutting the threads on one side and pulling through. All right, 26 red and 23 white and 36 blue. Okay, so it's the 36 blue. Okay. Yes, Katie. Welcome in, Katie. Glad you made it, sweetie. She says y'all hit that thumbs up like button. Thank you. Oh, you're fine, Andrea. She says, I don't know if Donnell told you, but I have thousands of patterns on the drawing board, and we're going into the busiest time of the year with school and the holidays, so I've slowed down for them. Yeah, no, you are good. You are good. I have a lot of patterns in my head that are not exactly on the drawing board yet. I've got a mystery quilt pattern that is like floating around and needs to get out. I've got it drawn. I just need to put it in and go forth from there. But I do not have it tested yet either. So my temperature quilt pattern that I am testing right now, that will be issued out in January. And then I have started a schedule for how I'm going to do the rest of my pattern releases. There you go, Angie. I like that plan. She says, while I'm on hold there, I'm enjoying so long. So yeah, that's the way to do it. That is absolutely the way to do it. Alright, so this piece of blue that I'm sewing onto this white that I just ripped to salvage is not going to be as long as this white. So we're just going to go for as long as we have available on the fabric. And then we'll press the seams towards the dark blue because that blue will show up through the white. And then we'll go from there. Actually, darn it. I actually need to press this towards the... I need to press this towards the blue. We're good. We're good. I'm braining over here. That's why I asked the square root of 36 earlier, because I'm braining. Kathy says, I have a pattern in mind that I keep swirling in my head, but creating patterns is not a strong point for me. That's something I can help with. I am the visual person. And then I can see the pattern again later without problems. Like that's kind of my strong suit. That is my strong suit. So it's definitely something we can talk about. Katie says, my life has been moved back an hour due to my boss taking all of us out to the local hotel cafe. We're getting together at 6 our time, and there's no way I can order, eat, and be rude and leave to be back home by 7. So I pushed the light back, and hopefully you can get back by then. Oh yeah, you're fine, Katie. That makes sense. Thanks for letting us know. Because that's, yeah, if I don't want us all waiting, so yeah, thank you for letting us know. You've worked your last day yesterday, so she's treating all of us out. Oh, that's awesome. I love bosses that do that. Kathy, one of the benefits for being a tester for me, I'm at your disposal. I designed one for Donnell as a thank you for being a tester. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. My client's quilt was a design I did. Jody's here. Welcome in, Jody. She says hello all. She is Quilt Squirrel, for those who don't know her yet. Welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. Susan says, all my quilt software is on my older laptop, so that's why I'm keeping it. I don't blame you, Susan. I don't blame you. I have 2 different quilt design softwares that I can use. I am using EQ for a lot of things. But if you guys have watched my progress with my client's quilt, I was not 100% happy with the measurements that EQ gave me. Things did not come out quite like I'd hoped. And it was really, really too tight of measurements, even with doing their little rounding up option. So on some patterns it's fantastic, on others it leaves a little bit to be desired. But then I also have a software through the Bernina embroidery software. They have a quilt design module. It's not the most fantastic either. I think when we start taking the human element out, that's when we start running into problems. Yes, absolutely, Kathy. It is sweet of her. What is the best design software in your opinion? My husband keeps looking at some for me, but I don't even know what to tell him to look for. Okay, so I really do like EQ. For as much as I complain about it, I really do like EQ, Electric Quilt. I don't know if they're on 9 yet. I have 8. But anytime, if you run into problems with EQ software, like changing computers or anything like that, if you run into problems with EQ software, as long as you have your serial number, they are fantastic at helping you out. I did say hi to you, Judy, didn't I? Welcome in, Judy. If I didn't say hi to you before, I think I said hi to you, but I don't know. I can't brain. Okay, but hi. So I really do like the EQ software. The problems that I've been running into, the very, very specific problems that I've been running into, is I do so with a scant 1/4 inch, and the like half square rectangles, like there's a lot that you can design in EQ. And if you paper piece it, it's fantastic. Like if you print out a paper template and sew on the paper, like tape it together and sew on the paper, it is 100% accurate to exactly what you planned out. When it comes to like half square rectangles, or diamond shapes and things like that, my problem has been that even sewing a scant 1/4 inch, I'm not doing something right. Either I'm not sewing it right, my fabric is stretching, something is funky, but I'm never getting the right measurements. So I have to oversize anything with the diamond or like long diamonds. I've done some really funky stuff, okay? This would be fantastic in EQ. This would design out beautifully, no problems. This would design out beautifully, no problems in EQ. Some of the stuff that I've been designing has been funky, avant-garde, or very abnormal. Like it's not in your traditional quilt repertoire. That's what EQ is not good at, doing unless you're paper piecing it. Like the measurements are not coming out right. They're not matching. So my pieces are coming out too small. They're coming out wonky. Like I can't get it assembled the way EQ has allowed me to draw it. And with the measurements that EQ gave me, it doesn't work. So that's where my problem has been. Susan says my older laptop will no longer hook up to internet. That's why I bought the new one. I don't blame you, Susan. My dad is like super computer savvy, like absolutely insanely computer savvy. And even he would keep an older, if he was in the situation and money's an issue, he would keep an older laptop that connected to the internet over buying a new one that doesn't have connectivity. Like he would buy a new one that has connectivity, and then like he would keep the old one for the software. He absolutely would do that. 60-degree triangles are off on EQ for me as well. Okay, so it's not just me. But that is like, so like regular half square triangles, it'll give you the like 7/8 inch measurement stuff. So it won't be, the oversized, and it won't give you instructions for doing 4 at a time, or, when you do your flying geese or whatever. It's not going to give you the cutting instructions for the cool techniques. It's going to give you the cutting instructions for let's cut all these individual pieces and assemble them one by one. That's all EQ knows how to do. It does not do a 4 at a time. It doesn't do a calculation for it. So you still have to know how to do your assembly. Now, with that being said, let's say you print out, like let's say we were redoing Andrea's block here with some wonky triangles or whatever. and they weren't coming out okay, you could break it up into paper piecing with EQ and it would come out beautifully. But you would have to go through those extra steps. You have to be, I would not recommend a beginner quilter try to do some really funky designs on it and do it regular piecing style. Like it's there's too much of a disconnect still. You still have to be a confident quilter to know how to assemble what EQ pops out. Andrea says, I built a super PC that would rival any server back when I built it, but when Windows went to 8, I could no longer use it because I could not update software. Oh, that stinks, Andrea. I actually, when I built my computer, I did build mine. It's not the first computer I've built, but when I built my current computer, I built it with a video card that could handle all of my photography software, and it could handle the newer updated software. That's still the computer I'm running. It's still working fantastic. When I originally bought my video card, guys, my dad cried because it was the video card he wanted. Like, he wanted my video card or the next one that was coming out, because he runs flight simulator software, and he so wanted that software. He so wanted a video card that would do that software for him. So he actually cried because he was jealous. He was proud of me, but he was kind of jealous. But I asked him, I was like, okay, I want to be able to do this software, and I don't want to have to buy new computer parts in the next 4 years. Tell me what I need. And so he told me what I needed, and that's what I bought. And at the time, I had money to do it. And it has been a fantastic computer. So anytime we need something heavy duty done, it comes to my computer. So I can, like my video editing that I'm doing for YouTube, I did not build it intending to do video editing. I did not intend it to do, like, to be doing streaming, but I have no problems doing any of that because I did build it to higher standards than what I needed at the time. And that's absolutely a fantastic idea when you're upgrading equipment in your sewing room, as well as, you know, upgrading computer equipment. Upgrade to beyond what you need. Don't just upgrade what you need right this second. Andrea says, what really stinks is that I have all of the expensive Adobe software on it that cost me thousands of dollars and other software for design. I was a graphic designer and webmaster before I retired. Oh my gosh. That does stink. That does stink. I did not build mine until 2020. And the computer that I had when I built this one was running so slow. I could try to open one picture, and it would crash the computer. That's how bad my previous computer was. Like, that's how old it was. It was crashing for every little thing. So this one I built in 2020, and I built it with a glass case so I can see in it, you know, it pretty. I don't look at it now because it's behind my monitor, but, you know, I built it with the intention of having the expansion, which is what I was looking for. So, if I build something at this point, I just call my dad and go, what do I need? And he tells me what to get. It is nice to have somebody in the tech industry. I mean, like, he doesn't actually work in tech industry. He loves technology, and he takes care of all of the hard stuff for me. Like, if my husband has a computer problem, he calls my dad. He doesn't call me. My husband does not call me. I am not the person to fix it. My dad is the person to fix it. All right, so we are going to do some more cutting real quick because I need to cut my strip set pieces. All right, so these are going to be, okay. I know what these need to be now. We're good. We're good. So when you guys are measuring and cutting strip sets for a project like this, I'm going to show you something here in just a second. And this is something that I always advise trying to do because it gives you some consistency. It makes things a little bit easier for you. All right. Here is my waist. Okay. My son works for Microsoft, my go-to for tech help. There you go. That's fantastic. Andrew says that she pays for 2 terabytes of space on the cloud, so she saves everything there, so I've not had loss of any designs. Now, that's a smart way to do it. Oh, you guys aren't on this camera. I'm sorry. So when you cut a strip set off of a strip set, what I do is I make sure to use one of my previous seams, and I line that up on the ruler. I don't use this top edge or this bottom edge. I use a seam line. So that way my seams don't get off, or they don't get off by much. So that's my goal, is I do that. All right, so I need 4 of these. And if I do need to square up or straighten up as I go, lining up along a seam line gives you the ability to do that. So I am using my seam line to line this up. All right, there's 3. I got 1 more to go. I actually used to work for Microsoft. This will tell you how long ago it was. When Service Pack 2 came out for Microsoft Windows XP, I was on the Microsoft team taking phone calls to help support that project. Let's see, Kathy says that her son is her go-to for most things, but not quilting. He did something with the Army and communications. The best description he could ever give me is he created networks. Oh, he's very IT. Very IT. Did I have noticed that? Did I notice? Yes, I did notice. I was looking at that going, oh, good, she's using a Martelli. That's awesome. I didn't realize that you didn't have one before that, but I definitely noticed that you had it. I was looking at it going, she's got a Martelli. I love it. How are you liking it so far? How are you liking your Martelli? Because people either love them or they hate them. Like it is usually not a halfway in between where you kind of like it. You either like it or you hate it. That is the general consensus that I have found. Is a definite game changer. Perfect. My tech person moved away. He got a job transfer, says Joyce. Oh no. My stripology ruler makes trimming strip sets a breeze and also line up on the seams. Yeah. Kathy was cutting using a stripology ruler this morning, and she was using her Martelli cutter to do it. I was so proud. So proud. I was introduced to Martelli cutters by my late friend that I did the tumbling blocks quilt for. The quilt that is like on my main page. All right, so I need 8 of those. All right, so that's 1. And Susie likes her Martelli too, and loving the stripology. Yeah, now I have not gotten the stripology yet. I have not put that on the wish list yet, just because stripology ruler is fairly large, and I would have to use it over there. Like I could not use it here with my machine. Like there's just not enough room. So it's not on my wish list yet. I am going to put some more Creative Grids rulers on my wish list when I decide which ones I want. The True Cut rotary cutters are on sale again. Awesome. I may have to put that on there. Just loves bobbin chicken, says Lori. Oh no. Oh no. I just loaded a bobbin. It's not a full bobbin, but it's mostly full. I just loaded a bobbin in this guy, or in this girl. So we're not going to lose Bobbin Chicken today here. At least not here on this machine. Susan says that her son had a double major, IT and computer science, double minor, communications and English. Oh my gosh, Susan, that's a lot of school. That is a lot of school. Kathy's Quilts and Crafts is saying hello to Lori. I lost Bobbin Chicken a whole bunch yesterday. I went through 6 bobbins. 6 bobbins quilting my clients' quilts. Joy says, like my Martelli too. Awesome. They must be the day for bobbins. Mine ran out this morning during Sean's live, says Kathy. Welcome in, Donnell. She says, hey, Tammy and everyone in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Glad you made it over. Thank you for joining today. Yeah, I went through 6 bobbins. Actually started on the 7th bobbin. But I only had like a half pass to do with that 7th bobbin, so she didn't charge me for the 7th bobbin because I didn't run it out. Like it's most of a bobbin. But I went through over 6 bobbins yesterday in the long arm. So it was really cool what we did. So if you guys saw my clients' quilts, they're a little bit less than 49, but they're about there. I mean, they're fairly short, but they're really incredibly long. And what we ended up doing is I had 108 inch wide backing, and I had it long enough to be long enough for both quilts, and or each quilt. So I had it long enough. And so what we did is we actually laid the backing in on the machine, and of course the batting on top of that, and then we laid the longer quilt on the left-hand side, and then the shorter quilt on the right-hand side, and we had about that much between the 2 quilts, like 2 inches between the 2 quilts. So every time I went to tack down, I had to tack down the left side, right side of the left side of the right, and then go to the right side and tack that side down as well. And so we stitched through that like 2-inch section as well, so it was less, picking up, dropping, and all of that kind of stuff. But guys, it was a long day yesterday. Let's see. It was a lot of school, says Andrea. She did a double master's and still paying off all those student loans. Oh my gosh. I ended up with loan forgiveness because of my disability, but that, if I didn't, I would still be paying as well, even for my single major. Donnell, did you finally get something to eat, says Kathy. I still haven't left my sewing room yet. Must remind myself to eat. Yes, Kathy, please eat. Eating is not an option. Eating is a mandatory bodily function. Kathy, long time no see, said Donnell. You guys are funny. You guys are so funny. So you fed the dogs before you fed yourself, Donnell. Okay. We see how it is. We see where your priorities are. Alright, let me bring you guys back over so you guys can see what I'm doing now that I'm thinking about it. So I am starting to sew those strip set pieces together to create my 9 patches. And yes, before you ask, I am going to chain piece. Would you expect anything different from me? Andrea says that she fed the rabbits, but not herself yet. Oh my gosh. You guys, human food is necessary too. Do not forget to feed yourselves. That is a decree from the Siberian wind. Do not forget to feed yourselves. Mine here is cats are fed and let outside, but I still haven't eaten yet. So we've got dogs, cats, and rabbits fed, but not the humans that tend to those animals. Okay. I think we need to do the airplane speech. You put your oxygen mask on before you help those children that are traveling with you. Same thing goes to eating and pets. You put your food on before you feed those that are depending on you. or you at least make sure that you've got something getting prepared while you're feeding the animals. We are animals in the fact that we have to eat as well. The chat is full of hungry people. I know. If I start talking about food, you guys will all leave because you'll be so hungry you'll have to leave. So I'm not doing that. And we're 31 now, so I'm kind of shocked. Susan said that her breakfast was hours ago. Oh my gosh. So I was actually taking care of getting breakfast for myself. Eating breakfast while Andrea and Kathy were on. So I did that and then came in here, and I didn't even start chatting until after I'd already started eating. So yeah, no, me and not having breakfast is not a good combination. You don't want me to not have breakfast. Kathy says, I've started lives at 7 a.m. with Sean and have been sitting right here since, oh gosh. Oh, so you were on with Sean too. Okay. I didn't catch Sean's live. I was still asleep. I kept hitting snooze this morning. Going to grab something a little nutritious and we'll be right back. Absolutely, Kathy. Absolutely. Andrea says that she's been on live since 6 a.m. so I've not had time. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. You cannot forget about yourselves. We are going to have this, long conversation about this when we get off these lives. When we get off my live, we're going to have a conversation about it. We're going to sit and have a talk. This is your mother talking. Do not forget to feed yourselves. Yeah, no, breakfast is always the meal that I cannot miss. I can miss... Oh, you started with Leanna's live. Oh my gosh. What time did she go live in this morning? Susan says that she was up insanely early this morning. I was doing that yesterday. I'm not doing that again today. Mitzi says I need coffee yet. Well, you saw my caffeine. My caffeine is always here. I have to have my caffeine or we do not function in this household. If I do not have caffeine, my husband will leave to go get me caffeine. Because he knows better than to deny me caffeine. Caffeine is my morning requirement. We don't even go on road trips without stopping to get me something to drink so that I have my caffeine. Let's see. Hey, that would work, Andrea. I've done meals weirder than that. She says that she often misses meals. She could go grab a can of Vienna sausages. I have eaten those. I grew up eating those. My husband eats them differently than I do, and I look at him and I'm just going, you're weird. And then he looks at me and he says that I'm weird. So we're all weird in our own way. But that is okay because we all like quilting, and that's the important part. We are all jiving because we like quilting. Not necessarily caffeine, but we all like quilting. Oh, yeah, no, I had to be up and on the road by 7 yesterday morning, and I was up and on the road by about 6:30 because when I have to leave early like that, I wait to take my dog out until I'm going out anyway, because I live in an apartment complex, so it's not just simply letting him out. Kathy says that she just finished breakfast. And Donnell says boys are goofy. Yeah, boys can be very goofy. They can be very, very goofy. So I will wait to take my dog out, and I will drive him to a place to take him out. Judy says that she's never had Vienna sausages. They're not like hot dogs. They are, it's kind of like, it's not even like the little Smokies that end up in Pigs in a Blanket at appetizers. They're kind of their own creature. They're not very... Joy says that she had her protein shake earlier this morning. Hey, you're rocking then. You're rocking on. Um, Vienna sausages are either you like them or you hate them. It's not. I've never met somebody who absolutely hated them. It's not as bad as Spam. Oh, Vienna sausages are not on the level of Spam. But you either like them or you hate them. There's like hardly anybody that I've met that is like they're okay, or I refuse to eat them, and they're it's just I just don't like whatever about them. It's one or the other. If you've never had them and you want to try them, usually Dollar Tree does carry them, so you would be able to get like one can. Walmart carries them; you can get one can. So you could try them once. I always drain the liquid out of the can because that just it helps me for some reason. I don't know why. It's my thing, but I always drain the liquid out of the can. So it is what it is. I don't drink it. Donnell says that no one will survive in her household if she doesn't have her coffee with flavored liquid creamer first thing in the morning. Oh, Mitzi, no, I couldn't handle that. She says that her dogs bark for food as early as 6 a.m. Oh, gosh, no. Now, I will say, my dog really wanted me to get up this morning. Like, he was up, and he doesn't bark to get me up. He gets up and then fidgets. He knows I hate fidgeting. I absolutely hate it with a passion. Like somebody who fidgets drives me crazy. So he knows that. So what he does is he gets up and he fidgets. He will go find something to play with, to fidget with, he'll scratch, he'll lick, he'll do just annoying things. Or things that he knows that annoy me. Let's put it that way. But he doesn't bark for breakfast. He wants to go out. He wants to go explore and play. But he's not super breakfast. He's not a super breakfast dog. Let's see. Andrea says, we have a prepper pantry. When I went to grab the Vienna sausages, I found a chocolate protein shake. So that is breakfast. Hey, that works well. Protein for breakfast, whether that it is meat, eggs, or shakes or whatever, protein for breakfast is not a bad plan. Protein is always a good option for breakfast because protein will keep you full a little bit longer, let you survive to lunch. Donnell says, my pit bull Sophie paces the floor and her steps wake me up. Mama hearing alert. Right. Susan says her breakfast was cheesy toast and coffee. Mine was cheesy eggs. And I fix my eggs differently to the way my husband fixes cheesy eggs for me. He doesn't fix them right. How many of you guys have heard that? So-and-so doesn't fix them right? Yeah. My husband does not fix my cheesy eggs right. So if I want my cheesy eggs, like my cheesy eggs are different from his cheesy eggs. He doesn't like cheese in his eggs, so he doesn't understand the concept. But yeah. I fixed my cheesy eggs this morning. So, alright. So we are going to zoom out real quick. So I'm going to lay the block out where you guys can see it. And you guys may not be able to see the whole block, but that's as close. It's as close as it's going to get. So, and I think I'm going to have to slide it up just a hair. There we go. Alright, so we're going to have the white pieces in on all 4 of these blue and white sections. And then we are going to attach our 9 pieces out here in the corners. So that is the block. That's what we're going to assemble. So I'm going to get these out of the way. And I'm going to fold over. And I have good memory, so we're going to go with memory. We are going to go with memory. And I think I overcut. Like, I don't know. Yeah. We'll figure this out. We will figure this out. I may have a little bit of trimming to do once this block is done. But that's okay. So, let's see. What else did I miss? Mitzi says they are okay for emergency meat. Talking about the Vienna sausage, they are too soft meat. Yeah, it's not very. It's great for people who maybe have dental issues and can't chew like beef jerky um, or don't like the or don't need the extra sodium that's in a dried meat. Um, but I've known a lot of people who have dental issues and they do eat Vienna sausage because it's something that they can eat and it's healthier. Donnell says, my eggs are kitchen sink scrambled egg omelet. Well, everything goes in it. Susan says, I need eggs. Donnell says, better than undercut. Yeah, it is better than undercut. And then Kathy says she heated up her version of a Mexican casserole. All right. I went someplace. I went to a friend's house, and this was back when I was living in Alabama. I went to a friend's house, and she offered me some kind of breakfast casserole, and I had never in my life had a breakfast casserole, so I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Vienna sausages are the bomb here in the South. The smoky flavored are the best. I really don't like the smoky flavored ones, but I grew up on the traditional. Like, my family never bought the smoky ones growing up, so I didn't have them until I was an adult. So I'm not really super fond of those. Mitzi says that her husband would get up with them when he was on vacation. I got them trained to get up at 8. I'm with you, Mitzi. That's what I would have to do with the dogs. Get them trained to wake up later. And then Andrew says that is her. The smoky flavor, is that what we're talking about? Or you're with the traditional on the Vienna sausage. Yeah, when we were out on the semi-truck, Kathy says that she's the original and the smoky. There's a barbecue flavored, but that isn't barbecue. No, it is not barbecue. She had a cook in her restaurant who did not have a tooth in her head, but could gum a steak to death. Lol, says Andrew. Yeah. I've had dental issues my whole life. My dad has dental issues. Like, it's genetic. It's not anything I did or didn't do. It's purely genetic. And Vienna sausages were something that was always in the household because it was something that even when we were having issues with our teeth, we could still eat them. And it was good protein. So it is what it is. Donnell says, leftover pizza from dinner is now in her tummy. Time to wash dishes. I'll be listening while washing dishes. Absolutely, Donnell. Now, I am a pizza for breakfast person. I will do leftover pizza. If it's good pizza, I'll do leftover pizza for breakfast. Absolutely. I am picky about my leftover pizza. Like, I'm picky about my pizza to begin with. But I will do leftover pizza for breakfast. That is not a problem for me. Alright, so I'm going to go pressing that way, I think. Because, yeah. I'm just going to go this way. I'm just going to finger press. Mitzi says that she is listening. Got things to do. Absolutely, Mitzi. No worries. We are actually almost done with this, believe it or not. I am just sewing the last 2 seams of this 9 patch. And then we will press it. And it will be ready. So, that is what we are doing. This will be a nice size block, very easy to put together. And you can definitely chain piece these and make very quick work of these blocks. They're quite fantastic for that. Alright, one more seam to go. And I'm going out towards that. Okay. Making sure I know which direction I'm going. Don't mind me talking to myself. I'm always kind of talking to myself when I'm on these lives. Because even though you guys are there and chatty, you guys are not in my head and you're not like actually talking here in the chat. like audio talking. So I'm looking forward to the Zoom retreat where you guys can actually talk back to me. Andrea says that she has genetic dental issues her entire life. Military dentist gave me a fear of dentists, so I have to be in extreme pain before I'll go. Yeah. I understand. I do. The military is finally paying for my husband to get his dental issues resolved. And he wishes that they would do a little bit more, but they're at least paying to fix the problems that they did not fix before. So, there is that. Alright, I've got those pressed, so I've got those sewn, so I'm going to press and then show you guys. Alright, so hang on a second, let me press. I have a few new dental practice just opening up, and their sign says we cater to cowards, so I'm going to give them a try. That's not a bad plan, Andrea. I went to one dentist, and my intake appointment, I went in and I looked at him and I said, I am terrified of being here. So you are going to have to work with me with as anxious and as scared as I am. And you're going to have to figure out if you want or need me to come back because you can't do everything today. I was like, you're going to have to do the work to get me okay with coming back. And he looked at me and he's like, are you serious? I was like, do you want me to get up and walk out right now? And he's like, okay, you are serious. He backed off after that and he was very cautious with me. We did laughing gas for everything. So I was as relaxed as could be. I had anxiety meds to take before I went. And then laughing gas the entire time I was there. And they tried to do one cleaning without, laughing gas. And he came in and saw that I was he heard me arguing with the hygienist. And she was arguing with me about, you don't need, laughing gas for this. And he said, you give that lady laughing gas or you will not be doing her cleaning. And she looked at him and she realized he was serious. Let's just say I had laughing gas for that procedure too. Kathy says they found a niche to cater to them. Yes, absolutely. Back in the day, military dentists did not use anesthesia. No, they did not. Susan says now that I'm on Medicare, dental work will be out of pocket. Yeah. I have a Medicare Advantage plan, and that's what covers my dental. It doesn't cover everything, but it does cover that. 2 cleanings a year is all Kathy's having to do now. That's awesome. Andrea says that she had to go to the hospital and be put completely under because her worst panic attacks come from the dental chair. They thought I was having a heart attack. Oh my gosh. That's rough. Alright, so this is the glorified 9-patch from this block series. So this is going to go here up on this wall. It is part of this quilt. So this is the block, you guys. How cool does it look? How cool does it look? I think it's fantastic. Oh, you guys can't see up that far. I'm sorry. But it's up there now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Kathy says, very beautiful. Thank you. Andrea says that she loves it. Yay! Yeah, I will get with you on what we need. Yeah, I'm going to get with you on what we need. Judy says, awesome. Yay! So that block is now done. So that is actually all 4 blocks that are in the quilt. And let me actually move that one down so you guys can actually see it on camera. I know my microphone is kind of in the way, but I can move it slightly. There we go. So it's not up super high where I'm used to putting everything, but you guys can still see it there. So that is all 4 blocks that are in the Star Crossed Path quilt. And we'll have those stars done in alternate colors. So we'll have the blue star done in red and the red star done in blue, but those are all 4 of the blocks that are going into that quilt. There's 36 total blocks in the quilt, and it does make a queen-sized quilt. Well, 86.5 by 86.5, I believe, is what we're looking at for a possible finished size. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you for being here for the Saturday edition. You guys will see me again tomorrow night starting at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for After Sunset Sundays. So if I get that the harvest quilt quilted, you guys will see that tomorrow night. You guys will get to see a little bit more of just what I've been doing, what I've been up to. I think I'm going to pull some things out. I've got a couple other things to go on too. So I will see you guys later. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. If you've not hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. If you are new to my channel and you've not hit subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you can be notified about future videos and help us get to a goal of 500 subscribers. We're trying to get there, within the next couple of weeks or so. That way we can start launching some new programs. My channel is still going to be free, so please don't panic. I'm not going to change to you guys have to pay for everything. So I don't want anybody to think that that's what's going to happen. But I do have some exciting changes that I'm going to add that I can't wait to add. And I'm looking forward to hitting that milestone so I can add them and do it as a celebration. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, you guys, and hanging out with you and just chit-chatting and seeing where we've taken this weekend so far. So you guys have a great Saturday afternoon. If you guys are going to try to tune in to Katie over at Greenland Quilter, she did pop in earlier and let us know she is going to be going live an hour later than her normal time. So she has a work social that she is going to. So please bear with her if you guys are there early. She will be there, just maybe running a little bit behind due to work. But I will see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for being here. You have a great week.